What is going on, retro gamers? I am Scott the Great Big Gamer, and today I'm here to talk to you about a subject that's been going around and being talked about a lot online, and that is about GameStop. I figured I should make a video and come out and say my thoughts of what I think about GameStop, the state of the company, where it's going, the decisions it's making, and my personal view on it. And then later, I'd like to hear your view as well down below in the comments. But before I go any further, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Helps me out. I would like to get my videos out there to more people. So I appreciate anyone who has done that already. But yeah, don't forget to do that. Now, right down to the nitty gritty. So GameStop is a video game company, as most of you know, that's been around for a long time now. They actually grew so big they started buying out other chains like Electronics Boutique back in the day. And I used to be a huge fan of GameStop. It's actually one of my favorite places to go. I always made it a point anytime I was in the mall to stop at a GameStop because I just love to look at all the wall-to-wall games. And sometimes the employees were really, really cool, and they would sit there and talk to you about like what their favorite games are, what they're playing, what they think of something new that came out. So it was a really cool atmosphere. I loved being around it, so much so that I even applied there a couple times when I was a teenager. And there was so much demand to go work at GameStop that I never got a call back for an interview. I think I at least applied 2 times. But it was fine. It didn't really matter because then I just worked at a movie theater watching movies all day and stuff like that. So ended up working out in the end. There was no hard feelings about not working at GameStop. But to me, since being a huge gamer back then, I thought it would have been a dream to work there. Now, the way GameStop is today, I feel like I've definitely dodged a bullet with that one. GameStop has been on the decline. Part of it is because the digital downloading content now, which has definitely chipped away at GameStop's business. Because why would you go into a GameStop when you just download the game, have it instantly? And then also has the other part of the coin too of GameStop's decline is its treatment of the customers and the employees. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about the Circle of Life policy that they had there, but if you don't, it's basically all the employees are required to get pre-orders, reward cards, used or sell used games, and get trade-ins. And now they also have to try to buy cell phones off people as well, cell phones for cash kind of thing that they're also doing. And then the employee is required to hit at least 75% of their goals with every transaction that they have. And so those things are really hard to hit. Me personally, if I went into a GameStop, I probably wouldn't do any pre-orders, especially now since the company's on the decline. Because essentially what GameStop does now with pre-orders is if you pre-order something and that GameStop goes out of business, they keep your money, you don't get what you pre-ordered, and they just robbed you. So unfortunately that's a thing that's been happening with some GameStop closures, so for me it'd be dangerous to ever pre-order anything from GameStop. Then they also try to hit you up on reward cards. I've never been interested in the reward card. I've seen it around for a long time, but it never looked like the trade-off was worth getting. I probably would buy a used game. I like to buy a lot of used games because it's a lot cheaper than buying all the new ones for like $60. And if you never played it, it's new to you. That's always kind of my motto with that. And then trade-ins, I don't like to trade. I've never traded in any of my games ever. I just have a kinship with my games, even if it's just going to sit on a shelf and I'm not playing it. It's still a part of me. It's a part of my history, so I don't ever like to get rid of my games ever. And then I'm not going to give them my cell phone. That's just not going to happen. So sadly, if I walked into a GameStop, I would be a customer who's detrimental to that employee's way of life because they would only hit up maybe one thing with me, and since they didn't hit all the other key points, now they have to make it up with the next customer who walks in the door, and the pressure's on them. Otherwise, corporate will give them a write-up or termination if they're not hitting all of these aggressively, which then creates an element of dishonesty because now you have employees that are just adding the rewards to someone's transaction without their permission just to get it on there and then dealing with the fallout later because now they've been backed up into a position where I'm going to get in trouble or I'm going to get fired if I don't get these. So that sense of desperation that corporate from GameStop has put on the employees has made an element of dishonesty, where now employees feel the need to have to steal in order to protect themselves. Then they also do things like keeping new games hidden away, so when someone comes in and asks for it, they say we don't have it, but we have this used copy of it, because they would get in trouble if they don't sell used games as well. So a lot of these tactics, being dishonest and lying and stealing from the customers, corporate has created that kind of element in the company, which has been extremely toxic. It's dropped off the morale of the employees, and it's made it an uncomfortable experience for customers like myself to go into a GameStop now, because why would I do that if I'm just going to be hounded and then walking out of there feeling bad that I didn't help them hit the goals that they're required to meet to save their job. So it's become a really terrible place and a terrible working environment. Also now, with things going as bad as they are, they've been doing mass firings of tenured, I'm not sure if I'm getting that right, of employees who've been working there for years. They've been finding anything, even going back like 3 or 4 years, digging up anything on someone just to fire them so they don't have to pay them the severance when they close stores. GameStop is doing a lot of tactics like this, or getting rid of people who are at a certain pay bracket and then moving up other employees so they don't have to pay them as much as the person who's been there for years. All these dirty corporate tactics or whatever to put more money in the pockets of the CEOs of the company, and it's really killed off gaming at GameStop. Nowadays, most people I know who buy video games do it either digitally, or they just walk into like Walmart or Target when they're grocery shopping and just grab a game. And the most hounded you'll be is like, oh, do you want to sign up for a Target card, Walmart card? No, thanks. Okay, have a good day. And that's about the transaction. Or when you download it, there's no talking to anybody or whatever. You just download it, update it, play the game. And that's where the state of GameStop is now. And then GameStop now has also put profits over the safety of its employees and even its customers by keeping locations open, saying that they're an essential business, which I don't think going into a GameStop and buying an Amiibo, Metroid shirt, and a used copy of Zombie U is an essential business to have open. But GameStop seems to think so. They found some loophole with technology or something that lets them stay open, so when police show up to a GameStop trying to shut it down, given the order from the governor, the employees are told to stay open, ignore the cop, and show them a letter that directs them to their lawyers. And then they're even threatening to sue counties that are trying to shut down GameStops. And then they're not doing anything for the safety of the employees, not giving them hand sanitizer or the cleaning materials that they need in order to stay open and stay safe from the coronavirus. And it's just really terrible that they're putting their employees in danger when they don't need to be, and trying to stay open all just to make a profit. They did shut down for a little bit, but now I've heard that they've reopened again. And doing the same thing or whatever, like blowing off the officers to tell them they can't be staying open. They direct them to their legal department. And GameStop has just become such a terrible, toxic company to the video game community as a whole that me personally, even though I used to be a big fan of GameStop, I kind of can't wait till the end when GameStop is no more. I mean, I feel bad for all the employees who've worked there for years, who bust their hump, who still work there, who are putting their lives in danger. Essentially, the company is sucking the life out of these people, and GameStop's not going to be around in another couple years. My best advice would be to try and get out when you can, while you can. As GameStop doesn't care anything about you or its customers. All it cares about is its bottom line. And that's sad, because it used to be a really cool community. Like I said, I used to go in there and talk with the employee. We just talk games, talk shop, or whatever, and I never felt pressured to have to like hit their goals or anything. Like it was a great place, and now it's just become such a shell of what it once was that I would much rather just GameStop be gone, and because I don't like anything that hurts the gaming community or hurts their employees or anything like that. That's my feeling on it, my take on it. Um, but yeah, again, I feel sorry for the employees. I would rather, I hope they get out when they can. Um, but that's about my feelings on GameStop. Um, what do you think about GameStop? Do you still like it? Do you have the same feelings as me that maybe it should be gone? Personally, I think it's better to go to local mom and pop shops now, especially there's a big retro gaming um, shops that are opening up all over the country with some awesome people who work there who never give you a whole bunch of pressure. Has that cool community feeling that GameStop used to have. So I suggest maybe hitting up smaller, more local stores, helping out small business. I think that's so much better than going into a GameStop. Um, but yeah, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments area. Sorry this video ended up being kind of more of a negative video. It's not really what I want to bring to the online community or the retro gaming community, but I felt I wanted to voice my opinions on GameStop, um, and just throw it out there and just see what people think or whatnot. I mean, this is just my opinion. People don't have to agree with it or disagree with it or whatever. But it's just an opinion, just something I've been thinking about, and I kind of wanted to do a video about it and share. So, um, but yeah, that's about all I have for you. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and hope to see you on my next video. Thank you.